lovely world. Look, I've been, I know that not everyone agrees with what I'm about to discuss in today's videos, or today's video, I should say. But the fact of the matter is that I've been looking back on some of the, let me rephrase it. I've been reminiscing about the good old days. Now, I know I'm not, that old. But there are times where, I was looking at my yearbooks from all 4 years that I was in high school, and I remember every single student that I went to school with all 4 years. Now, that's a lot of names to remember. And I have a very, very, very good memory. And there are names that I pulled out of the hat, left, right, and center when I was, looking at this poster and looking at this yearbook and putting faces to names. Now, I don't know if I'm going to ever see those individuals or those classmates of mine or anyone at all that I went to high school with from 2004 to 2008 ever again. But, there's a possibility. I'm saying it's a very, very, very minuscule possibility that I may actually see them someday again. I don't know how or when or where or any of those details right now. But I do know in my heart and in my gut that someday, it could be, this year, it could be next year, it could be the year after, sometime over I want to say 10 years. I'm giving like a 10-year timetable to see not every single person, because that's pushing it. But see the classmates, the friends I had in those days that cared about me and I cared about them someday again. I don't know when that someday is going to be. I don't know how the circumstances get to arise, but I feel like all of these, faces and names that I've, seen through my yearbooks and in posters and stuff like that, they all came flooding back to me, and all of the great moments that we shared, great moments and great memories that we shared in high school. It's not easy to remember all of those things. Some of them may have forgotten all those memories, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying, we need to remember everything from high school. Someone, may have had the worst experience in high school, or someone may have had, mediocre high school, or, someone may have had the greatest high school experiences like myself. I remember, going to my senior prom and having the best time of my life. Going to all these dances, whether it was Sadie Hawkins or homecoming or, winter formal or whatever it was. And I had great times at those dances. And it wasn't just the dances. It was the teachers as well that I had. It was the students that I was, hanging out with at lunchtime and had in my classes and stuff like that. All of those were, those were special moments for me in my lifetime. And I would love nothing more to see as many of them as I possibly can before I, kick the bucket, whenever that is. And by kick the bucket, I mean die. I don't know how long I'm going to be on this earth. And I want to be able to, catch up with so many of those, those classmates, those friends, those, acquaintances that I had in high school. I would love to see nothing more to see them again someday. I still reach out to a few of them here and there from time to time. And sometimes they respond back to me and sometimes they don't. And I completely understand. Everyone's doing their own thing. Everyone's married and has kids and lives in other states and lives in other cities and has jobs and all that stuff. And someday I will have all that. I might not be in another state, or I might not have kids, or I might not have, a wife or anything, but there's a possibility that could happen. and I could have a job and all of this stuff, and live my life to the best of my ability. But the fact is that I would love nothing more in this lifetime, to hang out with them a couple more times before it becomes hard for us to remember all of the fun times, the amazing times, the great times that we've all had in my lifetime. I've been out of high school, like I said. I've talked about this before. I graduated high school in 2008. It is now 2020. I had the best, most fun times, even though I didn't go to parties and I didn't go to to lunch with them or anything like that, or hang out with them after school, things like that. I still remember the dances and the lunchtime stuff and the classrooms and learning and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say in this video is that there's going to be a time in our lives where we wish we could have reconciled with someone that we may have hurt, or reconnect with someone that we haven't talked to in many years, or hang out and just catch up because we haven't seen each other in so long. Those are the new moments that I want to experience firsthand. I don't know when those moments are going to take place, or if they will ever take place. But it's just, that's what I'm looking forward to the most right now. And it may sound like I'm a broken record because I talked about this thing so many times on this channel, but the fact of the matter is that it's important that I get to see friends that I have not seen in years, let alone decades, if you will. It's just hard to see that. I'm not saying I eventually I will get a job and I will move away from this town that I live in and be the best version of myself wherever I decide to move, whether it's San Diego, whether it's Columbus, whether it's New York, whether it's Orlando, whether it's Waco, or whether it's Washington D.C. or Seattle, Washington, or it could be anywhere in the world, really. It could be Fort Wayne, Indiana. I really don't know where I'm gonna live when I have enough money to move away from my parents. It could be in the it could be somewhere in California. It could be in another state. I probably will never move to another country. I'm sorry if that dashes your hopes of me ever meeting you. But I want to keep my life in the United States, whether it's in California, whether it's in another state. That's just who I want to be. Now, I know that you guys are all going to be criticizing me for, saying, I want to hang out with all these people I haven't talked to in years and stuff like that. But this is who I am. This is what I do. And I'm ready for, to hang out with them again. Whether it's going to lunch, whether it's going to a club, a nightclub, or dance club, or whatever, and celebrating a birthday there, or whether it's going to South Lake Tahoe and celebrating a birthday there, whether it's going to New York for Comic-Con, or whether it's going somewhere else for a birthday in the future, whether it's going to Disney World again, or Disneyland, or anything like that. I just want to hang out with them again. That's the most important thing for me in my life right now, because I miss those those times that I had in high school, whether it was going to the dances or having lunch with friends or at school or anything like that. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you have an amazing 2020, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand spanking new vlog. I hope you have the best birthday that you can, whatever age you're celebrating, and just be you. Alright, I gotta go. Bye bye.